Welcome to an all-new interlude. Larry, Vinny, and I hope you're having a great Saturday.
We will begin our program today with a lovely and intimate hymn, Close to Thee, sung by St. Andrew Adult Choir chaplain Sherry Rabinski. Sing along if you'd like.
Thou my everlasting portion, more than friend or life to me, all along my pilgrim journey, Savior, let me walk with thee, close to thee, close to thee, close to thee.
Thank you, Sherry, for that rendition of a hymn that has stood the test of time.
We are now going to show you the behind-the-scenes making of our interlude and worship services on Sunday mornings. Many people do not realize, including myself, the complex tasks of producing videos. A short program or worship service can be up to 20 to 30 hours of editing for 30 to 45 minutes of viewing.
So let's have a peek behind the curtain and experience the technical side of St. Andrew UMC.
Hey everyone, this is Colin Berrigan, Director of Technical Production at St. Andrew. I want to give you guys a little tour today of our recording space and what we do each week to prepare Sunday services and the interlude and Mark's vlog and pretty much everything else you see on film. When COVID first started, we had to adapt pretty quickly to some new technology and methods for how we produce everything, because the cameras that we used to use for live streaming and some of those audio tools and things just weren't effective anymore when it comes to pre-producing the quality of work that we do. And that quality is insanely important. It's something that we strive for every week, to give you a better video and audio production. And that means that we're constantly evolving every week. So while we've made some large changes at times, some revolutionary changes, every week is something evolutionary, where we're tweaking and just trying to get the best thing that we can. So we're gonna walk over here. This is the stage you are used to seeing, although probably a little bit different. When we first started planning out the stage for this time, we decided to move part of the choir loft off stage in order to kind of expand our entire stage to allow us to bring these instruments, the piano and the organ, closer to the stage, not only just for decor, but just to bring a little bit more connection to what was going on with preaching and music, so everyone didn't feel so separated. If you notice, the lights are off in the sanctuary right now. One of the fun parts about shooting this kind of video is that we have to deal with different light temperatures. So we have a lot of sunlight in this great sanctuary, and it has a very bluish hue to it. And then we have a lot of lights up in the ceiling that are much more amber. And the cameras do not like both of those things together at the same time. So what we have now is these rigs with large lighting that blanket the stage with it, and it is very similar to sunlight in color. And it'll even look a little bit dark on stage right now. And it looks dark if you're standing in here, but once it's on film, it looks normal. And so this gives us the ability to shoot our cameras in a way that makes it easier for editing and just gives a better picture quality in the end. And now I'm going to walk over and show you guys kind of how the pastors deliver their messages every week. We have a variety of teleprompter systems. This is something else that's evolved over the course of time. And this is something we started with a little bit before COVID, with some small teleprompters on the steps for the pastors to have notes while they're preaching. When we started COVID, we expanded that by utilizing some TVs that we had around the church that were going to be used for some other purposes, but during COVID we don't need them. So we set up a couple TVs, and you'll notice that these two TVs are very close, and this is the setup that we would normally do for Mark's sermon. This is what allows him to move left and right more naturally, just like he would if he was delivering it in person. And so it's much more fluid and easy for him to connect with everyone. And our cameras, in this instance, are mounted right above the televisions. And that allows him to have that good direct eye contact when you're watching him, which is really important. It felt very important early on that we make sure there's this very one-on-one direct eye connection with people as they're watching. It feels very odd to have him or anyone else looking off into the distance into a crowd that's not there. So that eye contact's very important. And while the TVs are very good, they're definitely not the best, and they come with a lot of their own challenges, like they're very large and they don't move around very easily. And so those are now starting to be replaced day to day with this little guy. So this is a true teleprompter. And what we do is we put an iPad in the front of it down here. This is a piece of semi-translucent glass. So the camera mounts behind it back here and looks through the glass. What you see from the front is the reflection of the iPad screen with all the words that you want, but you don't see the camera at all. And that allows somebody to stare directly at the words, and it looks like they're staring right into your eyes, which is hopefully pleasurable for everyone at home. So I hope that gives you a little taste of what it's like in here. There's a lot of other things we could show, but that's a good introduction. I'm blessed to have Jacob Corbo helping me each week with these productions, and we just keep getting bigger and better, and I hope everyone appreciates it at home. Next I'm going to show you a little bit of what it's like going out to film things when we go out down to the park or to schools or things like that. That's kind of its own undertaking. So I'm going to take you to that now, and you can see that adventure. Hey everybody, today we're going to go do a field recording, and we've got our camera gear, and we are loaded up, and we are headed down to Civic Center Park, and I will show you some more when we get there. All right, we are down at the park, and I want to show you guys some of the equipment that we use for recording. This little rig is something that we have to bring with us every time we go out in the field. So we've got our camera, of course, and lens. This is our hard drive to record everything onto. We've got a little wireless microphone kit here, transmitter and receiver that plugs into the camera. And then we've got our teleprompter. Okay, this is our rig all set up and ready to go, and we are recording Jennifer today down at Civic Center Park for a discipleship moment. Alright guys, that's it for field recording. We got everything done, and all in all it took about 2 hours to get down here, record, and head back, and then we've got another hour or so of editing, so it's about 3 hours for about 90 seconds, but hopefully you guys think it's worth it. Alright, all, thank you again for tuning in and checking this out. Once again, we really appreciate your support, and we're thrilled to do this production every week. It's challenging and changing every week, but very fulfilling. So we hope you all appreciate it, and we'll hope to see you soon. Bye.
My favorite time in Colorado is the beautiful fall colors. The colors and the blue sky, nothing quite like it. MZ is going to take us on a virtual tour of the fall colors accompanied by Beethoven's famous Moonlight Sonata in C sharp minor.
We would like to introduce you to Jan Craybill. Jan is a Grammy-nominated musician that lives in Kansas City, Missouri. Dr. Craybill is not only a first-rate musician, but she is well known as a wonderful communicator and a top-notch teacher.
We are so honored to take you to Kansas City to hear from Jan Craybill.
Hello, I'm Jan Craybill, and I'm here at Community of Christ Auditorium in Independence, Missouri. Independence, Missouri is in the Kansas City metro area, and this auditorium contains one of the 3 large pipe organs that I care for here in the Kansas City metro. There are 2 at Community of Christ headquarters, this one an Aeolian Skinner of 113 ranks, across the street a Cassavant of 102 ranks, and just about 20 minutes from here at our new concert hall in Kansas City, the Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts, is the Julia Irene Kaufman Cassavant, 102 ranks, built in 2011. So I'm very fortunate to be able to care for these instruments in normal times. In COVID times, I'm also very fortunate because the stewards of these buildings care for these organs as much as I do, and so they have allowed me to enter even though the buildings are closed because of COVID concerns. And about every 2 or 3 weeks, I look through the organs, I give them a little run, I get to play them just a little bit, and then I climb through all the areas where there are pipes. In the case of this organ, 6,334 pipes. I look at them all to make sure they're all doing well and that all the electrical components are doing well and that everything is functioning so that when we can come back, these instruments are ready to make glorious music in person again. It occurs to me that that's a lot like faith. So it's important in these times that we have to keep up our faith, that we have to keep each other strong, that we have to encourage each other's optimism and hope, so that when we can gather together again, we are all the stronger for it. And that's what I do with these instruments. I hope that what I play is inspirational to you and that you can find some optimism and faith and hope within these notes. Mark requested that I play this piece. It's the Jig Fugue of Johann Sebastian Bach, one of the most joyous pieces ever written, I think. And while I'm playing, I'll splice in a few shots of the pipes of this organ and also my feet, which Bach keeps very busy in this piece. I hope you enjoy Bach's Jig Fugue. Have a great day. And now back to Larry and Vinny and Mark.
Thank you, Jan, for taking the time for our Interlude program. Come to Denver and visit in the future. To all of you, thank you for spending some of your time on Saturday afternoons with us. We look for you next Saturday at 1 p.m. for an encore presentation of this program.